This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I have a simple question. Why does Black Lives Matter anger people? Why is it that when black people say Black Lives Matter, it bothers other people? Black lives do matter to black people. And that is something that has just been a sore spot with a lot of people in America ever since the phrase came up. And it reached a fever pitch during the George Floyd tragedy. And people just hate the idea that black people say Black Lives Matter. That is something that I have just never been able to understand. I don't know if people are just playing crazy or if it's wishful thinking that they hope that black people don't care about each other. Now, during the slavery days, white people truly believed that those enslaved people cared about them. Black people pandered to them, and black people just yes them this and yes them that, and massa this and massa that. They didn't understand those people were trying to survive. They understood the situation that they were in, and they were trying to survive. And apparently, it was mistaken for people believing that black people cared more about them than they did about their own family. You couldn't even show concern for your family members. You couldn't show that you loved your own children better than you did the white people's children. But those people were trying to survive for themselves and for their children. But that has spilled over into modern times where people apparently hope or want to believe that black people don't care about each other. Black lives matter. This hatred for the statement Black Lives Matter came to a head during the George Floyd fiasco when it really got loud and public that Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. And then again, people are either playing crazy or they really just don't know that it wasn't about George Floyd's life, about his character and how his lifestyle was unfolding, but the way in which he died is what was of concerning to black people and any decent people. It was how he died. But people are trying to make it seem like black people thought George Floyd was some kind of martyr. Well, they martyred him. Derek Chauvin martyred him by the way he killed him. That's how he got martyred. Black people would not have been thinking about George Floyd if those police officers had just handcuffed him, arrested him, and sent him to prison if that's what they wanted to do for that phony $20 bill that they say he was trying to pass off. But they've gone and concocted a whole lot, even after the coroner's report says how he died. They are insisting that it was by something else. And that's their delusion. And they think they can sell that idea to black people, even when they get these black immigrants on their side to try to sell that idea to black people, which is again why it's important for black people to delineate, because they're using people who look like us to try to make the case against us. But it is just baffling to me why it bothers people that black American, foundational black Americans, if you will, care about each other and don't want to see a black man slaughtered in the street over a phony $20 bill. People act like they don't understand that. They act like they don't have good sense. Anyway, in Washington, D.C., after the George Floyd tragedy, the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, designated a 2-block area of 16th Street Northwest in downtown Washington, D.C. as Black Lives Matter Plaza. And this is also near the White House. Well, now it's being removed. On Monday, March 10th, D.C. crews began removing the Black Lives Matter mural from the 16th Street block in front of the White House. It was a sight to behold for Washingtonians who remember the iconic mural's inception in June of 2020. The famous DC block was the location of large scale racial justice protests that followed the murder of George Floyd. Black Lives Matter Plaza was officially declared a permanent monument in October 2021. So it was supposed to be permanent. But DC Mayor Muriel Bowser announced the removal of the symbolic yellow letters last week following pressure from the White House. House Republican Andrew Clyde of Georgia introduced a bill last week that would require DC to rename Black Lives Matter Plaza, or else the district would lose federal funding from Congress. So it's always a threat. It's always about taking something away if you don't do something that they want done. Well, they can remove those big yellow letters, Black Lives Matter, on the street of Washington, D.C., all they want. But the fact remains Black Lives Matter. The fact that they get upset about that says more about them than it does anybody else. But this is also a lesson for us that we have to value our lives and each other's lives because people really like it when we fight. They like it when we hate. They like it when they can talk about black on black crime, even though those are isolated areas. Black on black crime is not pervasive throughout the United States. Many of us live in areas where we don't even experience that. There are isolated areas where that happens, but when you study the FBI report, you see that black people do not commit the most crimes in the United States, and we never have. We never have. Nevertheless, we have to stay on our game. Black Lives Matter, and we have to continue to show that Black Lives Matter, and it doesn't matter who doesn't like it. You don't like it, too bad. Black lives do matter. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a good evening.